Hello and welcome to the second Unite Palm Desert podcast. My name is Veronica Chavez, and in this episode, I'll be interviewing staff from our Public Works Department, Randy Chavez and Audrey Nickerson, to get their perspective on the changes they've seen in Public Works over the past year. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Great. Good. So we'll jump right into these questions we have for you. In your time with Public Works, how has the structure and culture of the department changed?
That's a great question, Veronica. I've been in Public Works for almost 26 years, and I can honestly say that we've gone from a compartmentalized structure to a collaborative structure. It's really exciting to be in Public Works right now, and I'm very optimistic to be here.
Awesome. Audrey?
As a new employee this year, I feel like I have been able to enjoy the benefits of a more collaborative structure since the day I started. I feel like we coordinate on a daily basis, we meet regularly, and we're constantly helping each other to achieve our goals.
That's awesome. The dichotomy between the two of your experience at Palm Desert is totally interesting to me. How have the changes helped the department's efficiency on the project sites and between departments?
Well, they've helped me with my projects because I don't know all the answers. I mean, as much as I would like to think that I know all the answers, but I know, but I'm able to call people who do know the answers. And Audrey and I worked on a project, a smoke treat project on Haystack a few weeks ago, and she was able to provide me the information. So that's helped me with my projects, that I could reach out to someone and get that information quickly and move forward with the project and not have to slow it down.
Okay, so let me back up because you said Audrey helped you with this and you guys are working between each other. What is it that you do for the city?
Well, I'm the landscape supervisor, oversee all things parks and landscape related.
Okay, and then Audrey, what is your?
I'm a project manager, mostly CIP projects.
Okay, so that's how they crossed over. That's
Right.
a CIP project with landscaping. Okay, got it. What do you think, Audrey, about, see, they told me Aubrey, about the efficiencies with projects and between departments?
Well, I would have to say that I really appreciate that everyone in the department is willing to talk to me and help me learn all the processes, help me work through difficult tasks I've had to face, and it really helps me not sit at my desk and wring my knuckles, trying to figure out what to do. I know that there's always a person that's willing to help me move forward.
That's awesome. And what about on project sites? Have you seen better efficiencies in the past year?
I am actually working on my first construction project site right now.
Okay. Have you seen it, Randy, since you have so many years with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, being able to reach out to project managers for their information, their input, their experience. There's not one project that goes well. I mean, there's always something that goes wrong, and I think Audrey could attest to that. But just being able to go and speak with other individuals who may have more knowledge in certain trades, and that really expedites and makes the project go a lot smoother than otherwise it would.
Okay. So when we're talking about smoother projects, what projects do you guys have coming up in the next year?
Well, I have a lot of fun stuff planned. Again, a lot of it's contingent on budget, but we have a new Parks and Rec management analyst, Sean Muir, and I'm working with her along with our Deputy Director, Andy Ramirez. Parks and Rec recently came under Public Works. So we're working on resurfacing the recreation pool at the Aquatic Center. We're working on possibly enhancing desert window landscape at the perimeter. We're working on some park improvements, some fitness equipment.
Awesome.
For one of the parks. So we have a lot of fun things planned, and it's just a matter of programming them in and getting them done.
There you go. Audrey, what do you have coming up?
So we are about to kick off construction of the council chambers renovation project, and I know that the development services lobby renovation is also coming up the pipe. So that'll be exciting and in-house. So we'll be warning everybody before we start tearing things up. And then a lot of the projects that I've been focusing on are to improve the pedestrian, bicycle, the active transportation network in the city. And we're going to start implementing some of those improvements, and we're also in the planning phase, to help expand that further as well. So we'll be looking at opportunities for active transportation grants and see how we can fund additional improvements and make it a
Awesome.
better place to walk, bike, and drive.
Awesome. So what do you guys want everyone in City Hall to know about Public Works that they might not already know?
Well, Public Works is very dynamic. We have a lot of trades, a lot of items under the Public Works roof. Everything from construction, like Audrey mentioned, active transportation, parks and landscape. And if anyone is interested in getting a more in-depth tour of Public Works, feel free to reach out to either one of us, and we'll be able to explain things a little bit more and show them what we're doing.
Perfect.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I also just wanted to note, I know a lot of times when people think of Public Works, they think of public facilities, but our improvements are far-reaching, and they're a lot of times we will interact with private development, and we would like to work with everybody in the city and make sure there's a seamless transition between the public improvements and the private infrastructure as well.
That's a good one to point out. That definitely helps everyone across City Hall. Well, do you guys have any other questions, or do you guys have questions for me, I should say? Those are all the questions I have for you today.
We're just really excited that you gave us an opportunity to talk about Public Works.
That's
And
great.
excited to be part of the city.
For sure. Well, that wraps up our conversation today. I'd like to thank our viewers for tuning in to Unite Palm Desert Podcast, and thank you, Randy and Audrey, for talking to us today. Thanks.